Welcome to my channel. I'm Seiki. If you're a fan of Valorant, you're looking to rank up, you came to the right place. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to rank up and my favorite tips that I've found on my climb to Ascended. The first and most important tip for ranking up in Valorant is to practice. No matter how good you are, you won't be able to rank up if you don't practice. Make sure you spend time practicing your aim, learning new strategies, and perfecting your gameplay. This will help you becoming a better player and increase your chances of winning matches. You should also learn things such as lineups, movement, and communication. I'm going to go over the rest of these in this video as well, but I just want you to get practice makes perfect. In my opinion, there are two main parts of mechanics, aim and movement. When it comes to getting good aim, you need to practice in the range, deathmatch, and other third-party software such as AimLabs and Kovacs. When it comes to my Valorant routine, I play 3 games of DM, opping in 1, rifling in 1, and pistols in 1. I then go into the range where I practice jet knives for 20 minutes and do medium bots of deagle. This helps my aim with 3 weapons I will be using the most in my Valorant games. It also is important to use these DMs to practice things you're struggling with, such as crouching too much, spraying from distance, and just not really hitting your shots. The amount of DMs you can play could vary depending on how good you are at the time. Maybe you're really warm, maybe you're not, but never go into a comp game with at least playing 1. When it comes to using third-party softwares to aim train, I like Kovacs and I like AimLabs, depending on what mood I'm in. Mostly AimLabs though, because they have the VCT playlist, which I highly recommend before games. I want to get into communication. I'm not done with mechanics yet, but I think before we continue, you need to get good communication. I don't want you skipping this part of the video. I'm so done with going into games and people not talking. It's 2023, you have a mic, okay? If you don't have a mic, get a mic. It's not that hard. You can get a Walmart mic. People are going to bully you for it. Who cares? Talk. Communication is so important. You don't see pro teams not communicating. You don't see pro teams being silent. You don't see high rank players being silent. That's not how this works. You're not going to rank up if you're not going to talk. You're not going to rank up by throwing. You're not going to rank up by not trying. You need to do these things. You need to just put in the effort. Talk to people. It's not that hard. Even if you're just saying GG, good game, good play, good shot, that stuff helps morale. Morale is very important in Valorant. You will understand this at some point. It is so important to talk. Talking is almost better than just game sense. If I'd rather have someone on my team with great communication and terrible gameplay, because at least I know he's probably pumping up everyone else's morale. Everyone else is playing better, even if he isn't. Let's talk about movement. One of the most important things when it comes to movement is how you fight. I'm talking about strafing. I'm talking about the AD peaks. You never want to use WD. You never want to use WA when you peak. It makes you way slower. You can see in this clip how much slower it is from a WD peak versus just a D peak. You can see the player is moving way faster, and this makes it way harder to hit. Most people aren't going to be aiming out for a Ferrari peak, and you can catch people off guard, such as A long and C long on most sites. You also want to start doing things such as jiggling and jump peeking before you peek. This will throw off someone's aim, they might shoot, you might get their position, and you might completely mess up their crosshair placement, and then you Ferrari peek them with an A or D peek. I love doing this on C long Haven, swinging first and then just Ferrari peeking the crap out of them. They never expect it, and most of the time I win the gunfight. I think it's time to talk about agents. I personally use Jet and Omen. I think it's very important which characters you choose and which roles you play. If you're someone that plays super aggressively, play a duelist. Don't even bother going for a side. No, it's not going to help your team win. I don't care what your team comp is. Play who you're comfortable with. If you play to fill the team, you're not going to play well and you're going to be useless. I don't care if it's 4 duelists. Don't just fill smokes. If you've never played smokes, just say, sorry guys, I don't know how to play smokes. This is who I play. I'm going to use them. Now, your teammates might get annoyed after 3 rounds and they see your top frag. Oh my god, he's incredible. It's fine. They're not going to care that much, okay? You're going to lose some games due to team comp, but it's not a deciding factor. You need to understand this. Some people are way too concerned about team comp in low and mid-range ranks. It doesn't matter until you're in Ascended. You can play 5 duelists all the way up until Diamond 3, I believe personally. Play who you're comfortable with and learn these characters very effectively. Learn how to use them on every map, every site, how to use them with different characters. You need to be able to use your agents perfectly if you want to do this. If you need to rank up in Valorant, you cannot just be okay and not put time into your agents. Understand the game mechanics. To rank up in Valorant, you need to have a good understanding of the game's mechanics. This includes things like the economy system, when to buy weapons, and when to save your money. You also need to know the maps inside out. Understanding the layout of maps and how to use them to your advantage is crucial. Additionally, you should familiarize yourself with the different game modes, different characters. Learn from your mistakes. It's important to learn from your mistakes and use them to improve your gameplay. If you're having trouble in a certain area, take some time to analyze what you're doing wrong and come up with a plan to improve. Additionally, watch your replays and analyze your gameplay to identify areas you can improve. If you're able to record clips for montages, you're able to record games for learning.
Use utility effectively. Each agent in Valorant has a unique set of abilities that can be used to gain an advantage in the match. Learn how to use your agent's abilities effectively, and coordinate with your team to use utility in a way that can turn the tide of the match. Additionally, pay attention to your opponent's abilities and try to counter them as effectively as possible, such as counter flash plays, stuns, and ultimates. If you're tired of solo queuing, play a consistent group of players. Finding a consistent group of players can make a huge difference in your gameplay. Not only will you be able to communicate better with your team, but you'll also be able to develop a sense of chemistry and work better together. You gotta find a group of players that are on the same skill level as you, and play together regularly. Even if you guys are very low rank, it's super smart to play with a bunch of people. You can just learn different play styles, and you can make shots if you really want to. Finding the right sensitivity. Finding the right sensitivity for your mouse can make a huge difference in your gameplay. A sensitivity that's too high can make it difficult to aim accurately, while sensitivity that's too low can make it difficult to move around the map quickly. Experiment with different sensitivity settings until you find the one that feels comfortable and allows you to play the best. There are pro players with very high senses and pro players with very low senses, so it doesn't really matter. All that matters is how comfortable you are with your sensitivity, and that you shouldn't change it too much. You will never get better if you change your sensitivity after every bad game or every good game. You need to stay consistent. Find one, stick with it. If you don't like it after a while, change it. Only slightly. I adjust it by 0.01 every time until I found my perfect sense, 0.27.
Finally, it's important to stay focused and positive throughout the match. A negative attitude can bring down your team's morale and make it more difficult to win. Stay focused on the match and work together with your team to overcome the tilt and saltiness of Valorant. These tips, you'll be able to rank up in Valorant in no time. I believe in you. Just communicate effectively, stay positive throughout your matches, and practice regularly.
I know you're probably wondering where the rest of the game training was. Well, it's in the video I'm showing you right now. Click on it and learn how to aim like 10. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you want to know more, comment please, and subscribe for more content.